Good morning, Dave the Enlightened Plumber here with today's quote. I forgive people, but that doesn't mean I accept their behavior or trust them. I forgive them for me so that I can let go and move on with my life. I forgive people, but that doesn't mean that I accept their behavior or trust them. I forgive them for me so that I can let go and move on with my life. This is from Anonymous. But it's still great. It doesn't have to be labeled from someone. Forgiving people, yes, this is an important aspect of life, and it is certainly not the easiest thing to do. It's very easy to bear grudges. I've certainly done this a lot in the past, although I believe in the last few years I've learned to forgive people. There's been a lot of things that I don't associate too many emotions to, which can be good and bad. Certainly in this case I would say that it's a good thing, because if you can forgive people, you can essentially move on with your life in the same way that I've realized that I can move on with my own life in these areas. And the part of that is that, as it mentions here, you forgive people for, it says for me here, but for yourselves. The idea of forgiving is that when you don't forgive, you hold on to all the hurt and the emotion and heartache and any other negative aspects that go along with that in such a way that it actually creates more stress, creates ill health, creates all sorts of problems internally, and also helps screw up the old mind here. Well, am I right? Am I wrong? And who's right? Who's wrong? Who's doing what? Who's better? Who's not? There's all these other questions that it generates by not forgiving someone. You're always kind of going, well, am I right? Am I wrong? How would anybody else view this? And the reality is, it doesn't actually matter what anybody else thinks. But it's also not the sense of, as it says in the first sentence here, of accepting that their behavior is correct. You can you can forgive people who are clearly wrong in their actions or what they do, and certainly they may have hurt you through their actions, decisions they've made, or what they've done, however they've sort of shown up. And so you don't have to accept that, oh well, by forgiving them that means they're right. No, that's not the case. The idea of forgiving is to take all this stress that you're putting on yourself and weighing yourself down with and go, okay, I'm free. And it's amazing how it will feel that way. However someone else is, you can't control that, you can't change that. And the other thought process on this is having poison to give to someone else, but taking it yourself. Because essentially that's how all this kind of works, is that if you don't forgive someone, they don't know whether you've forgiven them or not. They don't even know if you've got a problem with them in most cases. So you have to forgive them for yourself, and then you can get on with your life and go, okay, fine, I've got no weights, I've got no restrictions on me, I'm going on. And yeah, they can still have problems, they can still tick you off and everything else, but it doesn't mean to say that you have to take on those problems. So with that, I forgive people, but that doesn't mean that I accept their behavior or trust them. I forgive them for me so that I can let go and move on with my life. From Anonymous and me, Dave the Enlightened Plumber, have yourselves an awesome day and forgive someone today. Live life a lot lighter. Take care.